I used to think silence kept me safe. But the day everyone laughed at me in court, mocking my pain, twisting my truth, something inside me finally snapped. I realized no one was coming to save me. If I wanted justice, I had to become my own voice, even if it shattered everything. My name is Aubrey, and I didn't expect my own home to turn into a battlefield tonight. I stood in the hallway, clutching the edge of my hoodie as Mark waved an envelope like a victory flag. "There," he said, shoving it toward my mother. $200 missing. Ask your daughter where it went." My mom's face tightened. "Aubrey, please tell me you didn't take this." I felt my stomach twist. Why would I steal anything from him? I don't even go near his stuff. Mark scoffed. "You're the only one who needed money this week. Didn't you say your phone bill was due?" "That doesn't mean I stole from you," I shot back. "You always make me the problem." Mom raised her hand. "Stop. Both of you." "No," Mark snapped. "She needs to admit it. I didn't do anything." My voice cracked harder than I meant it to. Mom looked at me like she was trying to decide if I was a stranger. "Aubrey, he says the cash was on his dresser. And you were home alone this afternoon. You think I broke into his room?" I whispered. Mark crossed his arms. "You've always had an attitude with me. Maybe this was your way of getting back." I stared at him. "You seriously believe that? You barely speak to me unless you're criticizing me. Because you don't respect this house," he fired back. "This house?" I laughed bitterly. "You've lived here for 9 months. Mom sighed. "Aubrey, just tell us the truth." "The truth is his lying," I said. "And you're choosing him over me." Mark stepped closer. "Careful how you talk to your mother." I flinched. Not because he touched me, he didn't, but because of how satisfied he looked when I stepped back. Mom rubbed her forehead. "I can't do this tonight. Mark wants to file a report if the money isn't returned." "What?" I gasped. "Mom, he's setting me up." Mark shrugged. "She wants to act grown, she can deal with consequences." I felt something inside me collapse. "You're enjoying this." He didn't deny it. "I'm calling Chloe," I muttered, grabbing my phone before my throat fully closed. Mom didn't stop me. That hurt more than anything. I ended up outside on the porch, the cold cutting through my sweater. The moment Chloe answered, my voice broke. "Aubrey," she said. "What happened? You sound like you're about to pass out." "They think I stole money," I choked. "Mark said he's filing a report. And my mom, she believes him." "What? No. No way. What did he say exactly?" "He made it sound like he caught me doing it," I whispered. "Like I planned it." Chloe hissed out a breath. "He's always hated you. Everyone knows that." "What did your mom say when you denied it?" "That she doesn't know what to believe." Chloe's voice softened. "Aubrey, look at me." "I can't." "You're on FaceTime." "Then imagine it," she insisted. "I know you. I know every stupid decision you've ever made. Stealing isn't one of them." I wiped my eyes. "She chose him. She's scared of being alone," Chloe said. "People do dumb things when they're scared. That doesn't excuse her throwing me under the bus." "No, it doesn't." I swallowed hard. Why does it hurt so much? It's like something is squeezing my chest. "Because it's betrayal," she said quietly. "And betrayal always comes from the people closest to you." The porch light flicked on. Mark's shadow filled the doorway. "You done crying to your little friend?" he asked. "Go away," I said. He smirked. "If you confess now, I might drop the charges." "I'm not confessing to something I didn't do." "Suit yourself," he said. "Cops will want to talk to you tomorrow." Chloe heard him. "Aubrey, don't let him scare you. He has no proof." "I know," I whispered, though my hands trembled. Mark went back inside, satisfied. Chloe exhaled sharply. "You shouldn't stay there tonight." "I don't have anywhere else to go." "Yes, you do," she said. "My mom already said you can stay if you need to." "I can't just run away." "It's not running. It's protecting yourself." I looked at the front door, the door to a house that didn't feel like mine anymore. I thought she'd defend me. "I know," Chloe murmured. But tonight showed you who she values. And it's not okay. A tear slipped down my cheek. I didn't even cry when my dad left. Why does this feel worse? Because this time you didn't see it coming. When the call ended, I sat on the steps, hugging my knees. I kept replaying the moment my mom looked at me like I was guilty. Love wasn't supposed to feel like this. Love wasn't supposed to break me open. But that night, it did. And something inside me whispered a truth I wasn't ready to face yet. Family can hurt you deeper than any enemy ever could. I walked into the courthouse feeling like my lungs were filled with sand. The fluorescent lights buzzed above me, and every step echoed too loudly. My mom didn't look at me when I approached. She just shifted closer to Mark. "Sit down," she whispered. "Don't make this harder." "Harder?" I muttered. "I didn't do anything." Mark smirked. "Tell it to the judge." I swallowed the anger burning in my throat. "I plan to." Before I could say more, I heard a voice behind me. "Aubrey." I turned and saw my cousin Hannah, her arms crossed. "I came because Aunt Lisa said you might need support." My stomach dropped. "Do you think I stole from him too?" Hannah hesitated. "I don't know. I just hope you tell the truth today." "The truth?" I whispered. "That's all I've been telling." She didn't answer. I felt myself pull away from her like she was another crack forming under my feet. When the bailiff called my name, my legs nearly buckled. I walked toward the front, ignoring the small cluster of people staring. I heard someone whisper, "That's the girl who stole from her mom's boyfriend." Another voice laughed softly. My face burned. The judge adjusted her glasses. "Aubrey, step forward." I opened my mouth, but Mark cut in. "Your Honor, the evidence speaks for itself." The judge raised a hand. "Mr. Collins, you'll speak when addressed." Mark leaned back with a smug smile. I wanted to scream. The judge turned to me. "Did you take the $200? "No," I said firmly. "I didn't touch anything that belonged to him." My mother squeezed Mark's hand, like she needed him to stay calm. The judge watched me closely. "Then why is the money missing?" "Because he's lying," I said. "He's been trying to push me out of the house for months." Mark chuckled under his breath. Loud enough for people to hear. And then, someone in the back laughed. The sound hit me like a slap. The judge frowned. "Order in the courtroom." But the damage was already done. Mark leaned toward my mom and whispered loudly, "She always makes herself the victim." The row behind them snickered. My voice shook. "Can you tell them to stop laughing at me?" The judge tapped her gavel. "This is a formal hearing. I will have order." But the whispers continued, low, cruel, sharp. I felt my eyes sting. My hands trembled, and I curled them into fists so nobody would see. Then I heard a quiet voice beside the aisle. "Aubrey." I turned and saw Ethan, this shy boy from school who never talked to anyone. He gave me a small nod, like he was telling me to breathe. I didn't know why that tiny gesture hit me so hard, but suddenly I could stand up straighter. The judge spoke again. "We will review the written statements. Until then, no arrests will be made today." Mark shot up. "Your Honor." I said no arrests, she repeated. "Now sit down." He glared at me like he wanted to burn holes in my skin. Mom tugged on his sleeve. "Mark, please." "No," he hissed. "I'm not letting her walk out like she didn't embarrass this entire family." I snapped. "You're the one embarrassing us. Lying about me, dragging us here, making everyone laugh." Mom finally turned toward me. "Aubrey, lower your voice." "I'm defending myself," I said. "Someone should." Hannah whispered, "Aubrey, you're making it worse." "Worse?" I said. "How could it get worse than being treated like a joke?" Mark stood again. "Your Honor, this is exactly what I mean. She's unstable." "I'm not unstable," I said. "I'm tired." His grin widened. "Same thing." Something inside me cracked, but not in the way it did at home. This crack felt sharp, steady, like a blade forming. The judge sighed. "The hearing is adjourned. All parties dismissed." As soon as her gavel hit, the whispers rose again. "She looks guilty. She's lying. What a mess." I pushed through the crowd, forcing my breath to stay even. My mom called after me, "Aubrey, wait, we need to talk." "No," I said without looking back. "Talking isn't what you've been doing." I reached the hallway, shaking. Ethan stepped forward hesitantly. "Hey, are you okay?" "No," I said. "But thanks for not laughing." He shrugged awkwardly. "Felt like everyone else forgot you were a person." His words punched the air out of me. "Yeah. It felt like that." "I don't think you stole anything," he added quietly. I blinked. "Why?" "Your eyes," he said. "People who lie blink too much. You barely blinked at all." A shocked laugh escaped me. "That's your logic." "It's all I've got," he said, cheeks red. "But I believe you." For the first time that day, my chest loosened. I walked out of the courthouse still shaking, but something different burned under my ribs. Not fear, not humiliation. Determination. If they wanted to destroy me, they'd have to try harder. Because after today, I wasn't breaking again. I was fighting back. I didn't wake up brave the next morning. I woke up exhausted, eyes swollen, chest tight, but something in me wasn't drowning anymore. It was floating. Angry, but floating. Chloe called before I even sat up. "Aubrey," she said, "you're not going to believe what I heard last night." My heart jumped. "Please tell me it's not more people laughing." "No," she said. "Worse, actually." I walked past Mark outside the store. He was talking to some guy, and I swear I heard him say, "That girl needs to learn her place." I froze. He said that. Word for word. My hands curled into fists. So he admitted it. "Pretty much," she said. "The whole teaching a lesson thing." He sounded proud. I closed my eyes, trying not to scream. "He wants to break me." "He's failing," Chloe said. "You're still standing." "Barely," I whispered. "Barely still counts." Later that day, I met Ethan behind the school gym. He had a notebook tucked under his arm. "What's that?" I asked. He scratched the back of his neck. I looked into Mark. "You what?" "Well," he said, "after what happened in court, I couldn't stop thinking about it. I remembered seeing his name once. My uncle works with some community records. So I checked." My heartbeat pounded. "Ethan, what did you find?" He opened the notebook. 2 complaints. Both from girls younger than us. My breath hitched. "Complaints about what?" "Manipulation," he said. "Pressure. And in one case, missing money." I took a step back. "No. No way." He held the notebook toward me. "Aubrey, this isn't the first time he's done something like this." I stared at the messy handwriting, the copies of small statements taped inside. My fingers trembled as I touched the edge of the page. "He ruined other girls too?" I whispered. "Looks like it," Ethan said softly. A sharp, cold anger rose through me. My mom defended him. She fought me for him. "She didn't know," he said. "Most people don't look at someone and think, hey, maybe they've done this before." "He knew exactly what he was doing," I said. "He picked someone weaker. Someone he thought couldn't fight back." Ethan met my eyes. He picked wrong. For a moment, I couldn't speak. It felt like the first time someone saw me as more than a victim. I finally exhaled. "I'm not letting him get away with this." That night, I stood in the kitchen while my mom chopped vegetables. "Mom, we need to talk." She sighed. "Aubrey, I'm exhausted. Can this wait?" "No," I said. "I found something." Mark walked in then, like he could smell my courage. "What's she complaining about now?" I stepped forward. "I know you've done this before." He raised an eyebrow. "Done what?" "Manipulated girls. Stolen money. Blamed them so you'd look innocent." Mom froze, knife still in her hand. "Aubrey, what is this?" I pulled out Ethan's notebook. "Evidence." Mark laughed. "You brought a child's scrapbook as evidence." "I'm giving it to the police," I said. Mom looked between us. "Mark, is this true?" He didn't blink. "No. Obviously not. She's making things up again." "I'm not," I said. "You said yourself you wanted to teach me a lesson." "Chloe heard you." His smirk flickered for a second, just long enough for me to see fear slip through. Mom shook her head slowly. Aubrey, I don't know what to believe. That sentence didn't break me the way it used to. This time, it only disappointed me. You don't have to believe me, I said. You'll believe the police. Mark stepped closer, lowering his voice. You're going to regret this. No, I said. You are. The next afternoon, I walked into the police station alone. My legs shook the entire way, but I didn't turn back. A woman at the desk looked up. Can I help you? My name is Aubrey, I said. I need to report something. She pointed me toward a small room. Seconds later, a woman in uniform walked in. I'm Officer Lena, she said. What would you like to talk about? For the first time in weeks, I felt safe enough to breathe. I handed her the notebook. I didn't steal the money. Mark did this to me on purpose. And maybe to other girls too. She flipped through the pages with a focused expression. You gathered all this. I had help, I said. But yes. She looked at me with a softness I wasn't used to. I believe you. Those 3 words hit me harder than anything else. You do? My voice cracked. Yes, she said. And we're going to look into this. A weight lifted off me, real, physical, heavy. I almost sobbed right there. Officer Lena leaned forward. You're stronger than you think, Aubrey. No, I whispered. I'm just tired of being scared. Sometimes, she said, that's where courage starts. When I walked out of the station, the air felt different, lighter, sharper. For the first time, the fear wasn't running my life. I was. And Mark had no idea his downfall had already begun. The second hearing felt like a different world. I walked into the courtroom holding Officer Lena's folder against my chest, feeling its weight like armor. No trembling. No shrinking. Mom and Mark were already seated. Mark leaned back like he owned the place. You really think you can beat this? He whispered as I passed. I didn't answer. I didn't need to. Officer Lena touched my shoulder gently. Ready? As I'll ever be, I said. When the judge entered, the room fell silent, so silent I could hear my own heartbeat, steady for the first time in weeks. The judge looked between us. We're here to continue the matter of the alleged theft. Officer Lena, you submitted additional evidence. Yes, Your Honor, she said, standing tall. New information has come forward regarding Mr. Mark Collins. Mark stiffened. What information? Lena opened the file. Prior complaints. Past accusations. Patterns of manipulation. Financial inconsistencies in his employment history. A wave of murmurs filled the courtroom. Mark slammed his hand on the table. Those are lies. Old issues that were dismissed. They were dismissed, Lena explained, because the victims were pressured into dropping them. Gasps spread across the room like wildfire. My mother turned toward him slowly. Mark, what is she talking about? He glared at me. This is her doing. She found some kids to make stuff up. I stepped forward. Actually, you made it easy. You've done this before. Sit down, he snapped. No, I said. Not anymore. People were staring, some of the same ones who laughed at me last time. None of them were laughing now. The judge tapped her pen. Mr. Collins, do you deny the authenticity of these reports? Mark swallowed. They're exaggerated. So they're real? I asked. He shot me a look that could have burned holes through metal. You don't understand anything. Then explain, I said. Explain why 2 other girls complained about the same behavior. Mom whispered, voice trembling, Mark, is any of this true? He didn't answer. That silence was louder than any confession. Mom covered her mouth with her hand. Oh my God. The judge turned to me. Aubrey, do you have anything to add? Yes, I said, my voice steady. He framed me. Mark laughed nervously. Framed you? For what? $200? Don't be dramatic. For control, I said. For power. You tried to scare me out of my own home. Mom's eyes filled with tears. Mark, tell her that isn't true. Mark looked at her, then at the judge, then at the floor. I just wanted her gone, he muttered. The room froze. You what? My mom whispered. Mark's voice rose suddenly. She's disrespectful. She ruins the energy of the house. I thought if she got in trouble just once, you'd finally make her leave. Gasps erupted around us. The judge raised her hand for silence, but even she looked stunned. Mom broke down crying. You used me. You used my daughter. He threw his hands up. You said you were tired. You said she was difficult. Mom shook her head violently. Not like this. Not like framing her. I watched her cry, waiting for anger to come, but nothing came. No rage. No satisfaction. Just calm. A clean, quiet calm. The judge cleared her throat. Given this admission and the evidence presented, the court finds no basis for charges against Aubrey. My breath left me in one long, shaking exhale. She is cleared of all suspicion, the judge continued. Furthermore, an investigation into Mr. Collins will proceed immediately. Mark jumped up. This is ridiculous. Sit down, the judge ordered. For the first time ever, he obeyed. Officer Lena leaned toward me. You did good. I didn't do it alone, I whispered. When the hearing ended, my mom ran to me. Aubrey, I'm so sorry. I didn't know. I didn't see it. I know, I said. Can you forgive me? She cried. I looked at her, really looked at her. The woman who raised me. The woman who doubted me. The woman who broke my heart without meaning to. I'm not angry, I said softly. I'm just done letting people hurt me. She nodded slowly, tears falling. I'll do better. I promise. I hope so, I said. For both of us. Mark was handcuffed behind us, shouting nonsense as officers led him away. No one looked at him with sympathy. No one laughed at me. Not anymore. Outside the courthouse, the air felt different, wide and open. Ethan walked up, hands in his pockets. You survived, he said. I did more than survive, I said. I finally won. He smiled. Told you people who lie blink too much. A small laugh escaped me. Maybe you were right. Chloe ran up next, pulling me into a hug. Aubrey, you did it. You actually did it. I had to, I whispered. Karma wasn't coming. So I spoke for myself. Chloe wiped a tear. So what now? I breathed in the cool air, letting it fill the parts of me Mark tried to crush. Now, I said. I start living again. And for the first time, I felt free. Free in a way I'd never felt, not even before the lies. I didn't just get justice. I got myself back.